And the second part, okay, the more exciting part, actually answering the question in terms of the numbers, in terms of the maths. So let me list out a model solution, okay, a model solution for this question. So number one, the first thing you should say is what capital X is. It just helps you to have some focus of what the exam question is about. So whenever you're dealing with a binomial distribution, you should write what capital X is. If they don't use a letter, just go for capital X. Sometimes they'll specify. Okay, they'll specify what letter you should use. But, okay, let's just use capital X. Remember, capital X for a binomial distribution is the number of successes in n trials. But you have to translate that to the question. What's a success here? A success here is getting a prime number when you roll the dice. So therefore, X is the number of primes, okay, number of prime numbers, obtained in how many times we roll the die, which was 10 times, in 10 rolls of a die. The second thing to write is the distribution. This you are required to write according to Edexcel's specification and the mark scheme. So therefore we must write X, in this case, takes the binomial distribution. Okay, N is the 10, that's the amount of trials, and the success, which is getting a prime number, we already established was a half, because there are 3 prime numbers out of the 6 possible outcomes on a die. That's the second thing. The third thing is to write what the question is asking you to do. So it's asking you that he gets 4 prime numbers. And because X is the number of primes and I want 4 prime numbers, then clearly the question is asking me probability X is equal to 4. Now, even though I'm asking you to set out your answers in 4 stages, right? It's not 4 long, tiring, laborious processes for each of those stages. Okay? They're quick. Okay? You just write X, which is what the number of successes is. You just fill this in, and you also fill this, just copy and pasting from the question, translating it in a more mathematical form. But you'll get used to it. And according to the formula, if I want 4 successes from n trials, you want n, which is 10, C4. Okay, so that's 10 C4. Remember that C can be found by shift divide on your calculator after you've inputted 10. You want 4 successes, so the formula says you take the probability of a success, which is a prime number, which is a half. You raise it to the power of how many successes you want, and then you have the probability of not a success, which by coincidence is also a half, but that would be 1 minus that, and the power is the rest of the trials. I've got 10 trials, I've used 4 up, what's left over? 10 minus 4 equals 6. And then you type that into your calculator. Again, leave answers in statistics to 4 decimal places, so 0.2051. Okay, so I think it's really important. If you have a structure to statistics calculations, you'll feel much more comfortable with them, because it's always quite a lot of information to digest, but you're just thinking, what do I need to pull out from that question? And we've got the four stages that I've recommended. And if you go along with this process, you'll find questions easier and easier as I go along.